Can you share what is possible for our children if we're in general, if there's other parents out there that are feeling like their
Sure.
kid is struggling, can you share like what is the potential light at the end of the tunnel?
Right. Well, we're going to get to the potential light, but I think the first thing that's really helpful to think about is kind of there is a little bit of a tension between what works in the moment with your child and what works in the bigger picture for your child. So, in the moment, you need them to get ready for school. In the moment, you need them to be get their homework done. In that moment, you need them to get dressed or whatever it is that they need to be doing in that moment that they may not be doing as well as you need them to be doing it in order to be able to take care of their basic responsibilities. So as a parent, I think very often we end up kind of with children, especially who have ADHD or have attentional difficulties, we end up doing for them because in that moment, it's very hard as a parent to step out and to let their children kind of, or to help their children develop the skills to do for themselves. It's much quicker to just do it for them. And so there's that short-term goal of getting them to school, which I totally get and I understand. And I think, pulls us very much to kind of execute for them. And as we know, children who have ADD have executive functioning difficulty. It's really hard for them to execute, harder than for other children. And it's hard for them to plan, and it's harder for them to prioritize. It's hard for them to organize the sequence of events and to see cause and effect. That's why they can be very impulsive and to connect the dots and to learn from their mistakes. And all those things are inordinately frustrating for a parent, understandably. And so our kind of go-to very often is to be their compensation, like to do it for them or to fix it for them sometimes. And so it's about, and in the long term, though, what do we want? We need them to learn. Veronica, what do we need them to learn to do?
How to be successful on their own independently when they grow up.
Like you said, to be their best selves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if we want them to be their best selves, we need to use these opportunities as practice opportunities for them to develop these skills, to become fortified and overcome some of these challenges. Do they need more or less practice than other children in terms of these things?
More practice.
Exactly. But as a parent, understandably, it's so frustrating and it can be so difficult that we feel bad for them. We authentically don't like to feel their distress. It's distressing to watch your child in distress or frustrated or having difficulty with something. So there's that tension very often between what works in the moment and what works in the long run. And that's something that I very much feel is a very big piece of the key to unlocking helping children with ADD, is helping parents navigate that, because it is a balance. Can't always, right? And it's about how to learn skills and strategies to help your children in those moments, use those moments as practicing opportunities.